Other Ron stuff. Today is a little bit more about NCH Debut using effects. Actually, it's called background removal now, essentially green screen. Enabling green screen and then selecting a video to run in the background. And I had reported in an earlier one that I had trouble doing that the frame rate was way too fast. And I've been in contact with NCH Technical Support, which I think is in Australia. I think the whole product was developed and put out in the market from Australia. I've heard back from them, and as I reported in another video, when you tell it you want a video to run in the background of your green screen, and you tell it what video you want, it immediately starts doing what's called it comes up and says processing, and it takes a minute maybe to process it, and it comes up with a warning that says the video will be compressed and frame rate may be impacted. And I've never understood what that was about, and the most recent email I got today from NCH told me this: the processing that goes on when you give it an MP4 for a video background for green screen, it compresses that video to a total length of 60 seconds, and then it loops. So that is the total length of any video you give it. It's going to compress it down to a 60-second length video to show in the background. And it creates that video with 1 frame per second, as I recollect. So whatever video you give it, it's going to compress it to a total length of 60 seconds. So if you give it a 5-minute video, it's going to be so fast going by because it supposedly grabs each frame, unique frame, and then makes it 1 second long. But in a 5-minute video, if you gave it that, it's going to, I don't know what frames it grabs and what it's going to show, but the bottom line is that is the processing going on in NCH video background green screen. It will create, it's going to compress whatever video you give it to a total length of 60 seconds, sorry. A total length of 60 seconds, and then it'll loop it. It's going to grab, I guess it gives you 60 frames worth of time. Each frame gets 1 second apparently. So I'm not sure if it's running at 60 frames per second. No, it would be 60 seconds long. So it's running at 1 frame per second. That's what it's doing. 1 frame per second. So the most you could give it is 60 frames. And then each frame would get 1 second. So if you create a video, each frame needs to be, if you want it 2 seconds long, you would be able to give it 30 frames, and then I think 30 frames in a 60-second length video, and it should display properly. But that's what processing is done at NCH when you load a video for background. It compresses it, makes it 60 seconds in length, and it takes snapshots of so many frames, whatever it is. I guess it wants to do 1 frame per second. But anyway, that's enough of that. So I now have an answer now that poses another question. Why necessary to compress and limit the length of the video in the background? That I don't understand. Why wouldn't it have made more sense? I don't understand what sort of processing is. Why can't it just run an MP4 without any processing? That part eludes me. Why does it have to be compressed into a 60-second length video at loops. I don't know what I expected, but I thought I could put any video back there, and I can't. That's enough of this. This has to do with NCH video on green screen.